Yeah, Aaron, we have been hearing anger, frustration, and unusually public criticism of the United States in allied nations. Britain is the country which, after the U.S., had the most troops in Afghanistan and lost the most troops in Afghanistan. The British Parliament was recalled earlier this week for an emergency session to discuss the crisis in Kabul, and we heard member of Parliament after member of Parliament getting up and really slamming the United States in a way we're not used to seeing. One of the sharpest criticisms coming from a Conservative MP from Boris Johnson's party, a former soldier who served in Afghanistan, who said it was shameful the way President Biden blamed Afghan troops for the Taliban's victory. The British Defense Secretary, who's also a former soldier, actually got emotional during a radio interview saying that it's basically inevitable that some Afghans who served alongside Western forces are going to get left behind because of the chaotic way that NATO troops are leaving. Prime Minister Boris Johnson did speak to President Biden on Tuesday, but by that point, Kabul was already very firmly in the Taliban's hands. It's a similar picture in Germany, which also had troops in Afghanistan. Armin Laschet is the conservative politician who is going to succeed Angela Merkel as the leader of the Christian Democrat Party. He said what is going on right now is the biggest debacle in the history of NATO. And here in Israel, there's also real concern. Israel did not have any troops in Afghanistan, but there's a real worry here that the way the United States is leaving that country is going to embolden terrorist groups like ISIS, like Al-Qaeda across the Middle East, basically sending them the message that if you wait long enough, you can defeat the Western powers. Aaron, one very specific concern I heard today from a former Israeli official is this. He said in 2011, when the Gaddafi regime collapsed in Libya, some sophisticated weapons from Gaddafi's armory made their way from Libya and ended up in Gaza in the hands of Hamas. And one Israeli concern is that some of this high-end American military hardware that the Taliban has now captured in Afghanistan is going to eventually find its way onto other battlefields across the region. Aaron?